Man, is that sun bright. You know what that sun reminds me of? Big E time. The Eastern States Exposition. It's the state fair for all the New England states. I know you people know that, but for those of you who are from out of town and have never experienced the Big E, that's what it is. You got all 5 New England states represented. You got Massachusetts, Connecticut, South Dakota, Alaska, I believe Alabama, and Rhode Island. 5 states all represented at the Big E. I gotta tell you, it's the greatest thing ever. If you like funnel cakes and cream puffs, God damn it, that's the place to go. It really is. There was once a time when I would go to the Big E to eat everything at the Big E. You know, for some people, it's about, you know, going to the Better Living Center and buying a mop. I can buy a mop at any Home Goods or Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't need to go to the Big E for that. No, to me, it's always been about the food. There was once a time when I actually bought an 18-inch corn dog and worked on it like I was Linda Lovelace on Harry Reams and Deep Throat. It was delicious. The big thing at the Big E is the Maine baked potato. People love the baked potato. Let me tell you something about the baked potato. I like a baked potato like anybody else. When I was eating potatoes, I no longer eat potatoes. I don't like the starch. Can't handle the starch. I'm starch intolerant. I won't stand for it. The Maine baked potato is a potato, right? And it's about the size of a shoe. And people will wait in a line. It's about an hour and 15 minutes long to an hour and a half long for what is essentially a baked potato. There's nothing fancy about it. There's nothing different about it. It's a baked potato. And you put the butter and the sour cream and the cheese on top and the chives. And you could do that at home and do it in less time than it takes to wait around for a baked potato at the main building. It's ridiculously stupid, frankly. It's a waste of time. For me, the thing I like best eating at the Big E is the food at the Rhode Island building. Now, I grew up straddling the Massachusetts-Rhode Island border. I mean, I was right on top of it and grinding my hips right between, like, East Providence and Seekonk and just going to town on it, really. That's how close I was to that border. I mean, I lived exactly door to door 10 miles away from downtown Providence as a child, as a youngster, as a young pup. And the food in the Rhode Island building is the food of my youth. I love the food of the Rhode Island building. There's chowder, 2 kinds. There's the white clam chowder, which is for everyone that doesn't know anything about chowder. And then there's the clear quahog chowder, which, oh my God. Oh my God. I would bathe in that stuff. I would rub it all over my body and just lie there and just let all the chowder glisten off my big fat belly. I would do it in a heartbeat. And then there's clam cakes. Now, they call them clam fritters, but you know what? No one in Rhode Island calls them fritters. They're clam cakes. Fritters, what a half-assed thing that is. The clam cake is a thing of beauty. It's basically dough with maybe a little sliver of clam inside, and then you drop that into some hot fat. Then you fry it up, and it's all crispy and delicious, and you put salt on it. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so flippin' good. Then there's the stuffed quahogs. The quahogs are like a clam, only bigger and more clammy. I like that. I like the clamminess. And then it's, you know, made with bread stuffing, which I can't eat because I don't eat the starch. So that leaves, and I can't have a chowder because it's got the potato, and you can't really eat around the potato in the clam chowder. And then so there's that. So I can't have the chowder. I can't have the clam cakes. I can't have the stuffed quahog. I can have the lobster roll, but that comes on a bun, and they don't serve like lobster in your hand. They won't allow that. And then there's my all-time favorite, the Dell's frozen lemonade. I mean, that's something. I grew up on Dell's frozen lemonade. I'd eat the cup that it came in. That's how much I love Dell's frozen lemonade. But I can't eat that either because well, the lemonade is full of sugar. So what I'm telling you is that everything in the Rhode Island building is now off the program. Gee, I almost got into a little snafu there. This guy stopped short. We're not paying attention to what he's doing. Anyway, so there's that. So now I got to look for all. So as you know, only thing I eat are meat and vegetables. Now, I'm not gonna eat a vegetable at the Big E, but I'll eat the meat. There's the Pork Palace. That's awful good. And then there's a couple places that serve the turkey leg. Hard to look like a pig when you eat a turkey leg. Hard to kind of make that sublime. Hard to not make that obvious. And then, you know, there's choices, but you know, the things I love are the things that are now unattainable, and that's okay. So now maybe the super chopper and the mop, the super mop, might be all I do this year at the Big E. But that shouldn't stop you from going to the Big E. No, sir. I'm off right now to Media Night. This is the media event before the Big E begins. I'm going to be hobnobbing with local celebritards and glitterati. Be hanging out with the likes of Brian Lapis and Brittany Decker. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely not. And then maybe even Ray Herschel. Oh, man, you want to talk about the stories that come from that guy? Unbelievable. I can't believe it. Hanging out with Ray Herschel is like a frickin' party all unto itself. So that's media night, and I'm about to put the meat in media tonight.